At 79, David Gilmour stood on stage once more, guitar in hand, eyes closed, lost in a sound that once changed the world. But this time, the applause felt different. Slower, softer, more emotional. Fans who had followed him since the early Pink Floyd days could feel it in the air. Something had changed. This wasn't just another performance. It felt like a farewell or maybe a confession. And what followed left the entire audience in tears. David Gilmour, the legendary guitarist behind some of the most emotional and timeless music in rock history, had been mostly quiet in recent years. A few solo shows, interviews here and there, but largely, he stayed out of the spotlight. Friends close to him described these past few years as a time of reflection. He spent more days in the English countryside with his wife, Polly Samson, than in recording studios. And for the first time in decades, the man whose music had taken millions on sonic journeys was allowing himself to slow down. But what happened at 79 wasn't just about age or retirement. It was about something deeper, something that had been building in David for years. In a rare moment during a private concert in London, David opened up to the audience before playing a stripped-down version of "Wish You Were Here." With his voice cracking slightly, he told a story few had ever heard. He spoke about how, in his later years, the memories of his former bandmates, particularly Richard Wright and Syd Barrett, had started to weigh heavier than ever before. "I hear them in every note," he said, pointing to the sky. "Sometimes I wake up in the middle of the night and think I hear Rick playing piano downstairs." The audience was silent, some already in tears. Gilmour was never known for being overly emotional on stage, but at that moment, you could hear the years of love, loss, and longing in every word. It wasn't just about missing friends. David revealed that in recent years, he had been diagnosed with hearing loss in one ear, a condition that made recording and performing more difficult. "Imagine living in sound your whole life, and then slowly, it starts to fade," he said. "It's like watching color turn to black and white." But instead of bitterness, he spoke with grace, thankful for the decades he had, for the music he made, and for the fans who still showed up. There were also personal changes. His wife Polly, who had been his creative partner and emotional support for over 3 decades, had recently stepped back from writing projects to focus more on family. David admitted that this shift brought them even closer. They spent long days walking the coast, talking about the past, and laughing about things only two people with a lifetime of memories could understand. "We're not chasing time anymore," he said. "We're just living it." And perhaps the most emotional moment came at the end of the night. After finishing the final note of "Comfortably Numb," David looked out at the crowd, held his guitar close to his chest, and whispered, "This might be the last time I play this live." A collective gasp swept through the audience. No one wanted to believe it. But somehow, they knew he meant it. Not out of sadness, but acceptance. He wasn't walking away from music. He was simply ready to let the music live on its own. At 79, David Gilmour didn't just give fans another song. He gave them honesty. He gave them peace. And he reminded everyone why his guitar, gentle, powerful, eternal, will never stop speaking, even when he no longer can.